Welcome to this special edition of the AmeriCorps Connections podcast. I'm Nikki Fiacco, the host of the AmeriCorps Connections podcast. I'm excited to share a special partnership with 250 and Beyond, Our American Story, to share a series of short stories from AmeriCorps alums about what service looks like in their communities today. These voices help amplify the spirit of service and remind us that across this country, people continue to show up for one another each and every day. So what is 250 and Beyond? 250 and Beyond, Our American Story is a national initiative dedicated to making service to others visible and valued in all its forms. By reflecting on our nation's history and elevating stories today to inspire the future, we aim to realize a vision of a nation united through service. Led by a coalition of leading service organizations, 250 and Beyond is a call to action, honoring our past, celebrating our present, and inspiring the future, helping us respect our differences and transcend our divisions. For all of those national service and AmeriCorps members out there, let's keep getting things done. I hope you enjoyed this series. Welcome to the special edition of the AmeriCorps Connections podcast. I'm Nikki Fiacco, your host of the AmeriCorps Connections podcast. I'm really excited to share this special partnership that we have with 250 and Beyond, Our American Story. We're going to share a series of short stories from AmeriCorps alum about what service looks like in their communities. These voices help amplify the spirit of service and remind us that across this country, people continue to show up for one another every single day. So what is 250 and Beyond? 250 and Beyond, Our American Story is a national initiative dedicated to making service to others visible and valued in all its forms. By reflecting on our nation's history and elevating stories today that inspire the future, we aim to realize a vision of a nation united through service. Led by a coalition of leading service organizations, 250 and Beyond is a call to action, honoring our past, celebrating our present, and inspiring the future, helping us respect our differences and transcend our divisions. For all of those national service members out there, let's keep getting things done. I hope you enjoy this series. Welcome to the AmeriCorps Connections special series, co-branded with 250 and Beyond. David Konkler, thank you for jumping on and being part of this special series that's highlighting our country, 250 years and beyond. So what we want to hear from you today is, who are you? Where are you from? And what does service look like to you? David, and take it away.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm Dave. I currently am from Whidbey Island, Washington, and I served in the VETCO program back in 2016 and 17. Sorry, the AmeriCorps VETCO program in 2016 and 17 at the Everest Community College in Tacoma. There, I was helping veterans that were entering the school program, helping them get their feet under them and figure out what transition was like, and then build community and things along those lines for them, and just being that support network for them. In that community, we were able to do a couple different things. We were able to get them, we did a snowboarding trip for some of our disabled veterans through an organization called Outdoors for All. And then we had a couple service projects where we went out to the Ording Veterans Home and partnered with the Mission Continues and helped build a kind of little vegetable farm and stuff like that for the community out there. And so I got to do that for 2 years through the VETCO program. As the transition ended up happening, the funny thing is I rolled right from VETCO into the 9-Line Veteran Services program, or nonprofit organization, with some friends that were also VETCO people as well, and continued service from there. We run the outdoor nature-based peer intervention program and continue to serve with veterans, taking them hiking and doing any kind of nature-based activity to build community and connection, and give them a safe space to kind of walk together through different traumas in life and stuff like that. Also do youth group for our local church and stuff like that. So So the community or the service didn't just stop after vet corps or after the military. It continued on afterwards. And it was something that it helped me with my healing, and I can help others with their healing through service and further.
Thank you so much for your military service, your national service, and for standing up this organization that helps vets. And can you share with us maybe a particular story? I know you had mentioned that you're involved with the outdoor piece of this. Can you share a story that represents that community and service to the individuals that you're serving?
Yeah, I think one of the cool ones is we do a really interesting event. Goes by the name Suns Out, Guns Out, and it is a camp and shoot event that we host here on Whidbey Island at a private gun club. And what we end up doing is they get a camp for 2 nights, and we get a bunch of ammo donated. The gun club members bring out personal firearms. We try to make it as safe of a location and event as possible. And we get the veterans out. They don't pay a thing for it, minus a really low $20 buy-in that goes back into helping the program be able to do more events like that. But you get anywhere between 30 to 60 veterans out there that haven't been out in that aspect for a while. And it's funny, they show up, and at the beginning of the day, they're that typical snarky veteran that we're, and as you get done with the safety brief, and after the day kind of gets going, you watch them, that whole demeanor change, right? They go from not wanting to talk to anyone, being very separated from their different things. They might find that one type of person that served in the same branch or whatever, and then by the end of the day, they're talking crap, they're having fun, they're competing against each other in certain things. And it just opens up this whole new door for them. And we use this as a mental health trigger therapy is at what we call.
Okay.
Well, and so they're able to be out there. We bring in a guest speaker that talks about their journey from the struggles they had at the start to where they are now and how they've achieved and overcame. And it's one of those things that we're not trying to push things down people's throats, but it's one of those things that we're showing that we can still do all the same things, but we can come out, we can heal, we can communicate and grow together. And so we foster that kind of growth through these kinds of programming.
That's a great example of bringing community together. And you mentioned the word healing, and I truly believe it. I said this, there's a quote on the back of a shirt, and I truly believe that service can heal us, especially when and I'm talking broadly, but I believe when we bring people together in community and we're working on one common goal, whether it's volunteering or just having fun and guns out, suns out, guns out. I love that. It softens people, and you connect, and there's this mirror neurons where you actually start to link up neurologically, and you start to just be more empathetic and more inclusive to the folks that you're participating with. It sounds like that's the kind of environment. I'm going to push you with one more story here. Can you share with us or reflect on what it means to you to be able to provide these services, to see the healing happening in real time, right? Like having this, like a guy that comes in or man or woman come in and feel a certain sort of way and present themselves in a certain sort of way and then leave with a softening or a reflection to you. So I'm pushing on the spot there, Dave.
Honestly, it's super rewarding to be in this position and to be blessed to be where I'm at doing what I get to do, right? Because I was that person, and I didn't have a good chunk of people that were coming up along beside me during my hardest times. And to get to be the person that gets to walk beside and validate some of the things that they're going through and understand that they're not alone. They get to understand that they're not alone in it, and show them that there's things that we can do and that it's okay to not be okay. Flat out, it's okay to not be okay. But we have to make sure that while we're in that place, that we're actually doing some things that can guide us towards the lighter side and dealing with those traumas and finding those people that'll walk beside. And so for me, I love doing the walk and talk peer support stuff with the veterans and connecting with them and watching as we are discussing through the trauma and figuring out different ways that they dealt with it, and then talking through what it looks like to possibly shed it somehow. How can we release that weight, put it somewhere else? And I get to, I'm beyond excited, blessed, whatever the word that you want to say, to get to come beside or watch these people come at me at their hardest time. And it's really cool to every once in a while, after we graduated a client from some of our programming, and to hear back that this really meant something to them and they were able to grow, and now they're out there trying to find how to do the same thing, because we've got handfuls of veterans every once in a while that come through and they're like, I want to be able to give back now too, because this is something that helped me and I think I can do more now too. So that's where that direction is, and it's amazing feeling to be able to be in a part of this.
Wow. It's just like the ripple effect. You heal somebody and then they want to heal somebody.
It's them learning how to heal themselves with community, right? And so we get so trapped in that mind frame that it's just us, and then realize that it's not just us, and we've got other people that have the same lived experience. The story might be a little bit different, right? And we might have chewed different ground, but there's places where that story comes together, and when we can sit there and facilitate them learning how to heal themselves, it's a hand up and a walking shoulder to shoulder, but not pushing anything that they're not ready for, because this healing comes from themselves once they find out what that is for them.
That's so beautiful. Healing comes from themselves. Well, David, this was so great. Thank you so much for participating in this special series. And we've already talked about it, folks. I know you want to hear more about 9-Line. So we're definitely going to have David and his colleagues on a special, probably panel that will probably go way too long, and my editing system will probably explode. But before we go, I'm thinking where we are at 250 years as a country, and we have definitely not in any perfection and not doing anything right, not doing everything right, but doing some things right. And it sounds like you're doing things right now. But before we close out, is there anything that you want folks to walk away with as we move forward for another 250 years?
Yeah, I would say walking away from this is, we've had an interesting 250 years, and it's the history speaks for itself. But I think moving forward, if we can learn to love and to be there for each other and come side by side in service, think about where we would be now if we would have done this a long time ago. And my thing is figure out something in your community that you can be a light for someone else and share that and be there as a support. Be the hand up, be the shoulder, be the ear, but come out and share that love with someone else and be that shoulder.